The Anomalous Artifacts Agency, or AAA as it is better known, is purely a work of fiction. There is not, never was, and never will be such an organization in the world because there is really no such thing as anomalous artifacts, anomalous organisms, anomalous persons, or anomalous forces. At least, as far as I know anyway. The AAA is a creation of mine, Terry Polino, better known to all of you as Natural Juan. All rights reserved. I'm doing this because I'm worried some of you might get the idea that this stuff might actually be real, like what happened with Slender Man, and do horrible things in real life with my work as an excuse. Too long. Didn't read. This is all just an elaborate joke. None of it is real. I will be very disappointed if some of you actually believe this. The following information was taken from the personal notes of one Agent Aleph M13 of the Anomalous Artifacts Agency and is deemed top secret by its constituents. Religion is a fundamental part of human existence. There are exceptions to this rule, of course, and there are lots of them. Still, you can't deny that there are still innumerable people on this planet who believe in, or want to believe in, a being bigger than themselves. Anomalous Force Theta 8 is an entity that exploits this for all it's worth, manipulating hapless victims into becoming her mindless cultists, while all anomalous forces of the Theta cluster are to be considered extremely dangerous and should be neutralized on sight. AA Theta 8 takes high priority due to her insidious nature. Unlike most of the other Theta cluster entities who usually exist on the periphery of human civilization, Theta 8 has long since infiltrated and has now firmly entrenched herself in our many societies under the guise of a legitimate religion. So let's begin. Anomalous Force Theta 8, also known as the Stark Flame, the Pale Fire, the Unhallowed Devourer, the Lost Light, the Light of the Damned. Power Class 20. Operational Designation Red. Estimated Position Worldwide. History. As it is with Theta Cluster Anomalous Forces, or AFs in general, Theta 8 has been around since time immemorial. Possible evidence of her presence is found in accounts stretching all the way back in 5000 BC. Even that figure is challenged, as a number of cave paintings in Southeast Asia suggest she was worshipped or at least feared in man's prehistoric years. In all accounts, human sacrifice, usually of women between the ages of to 45 are always present, often involving burning the victim to death. From ancient to more modern times, AF Theta 8 has always infiltrated various religions and converted their members to her cult. In all instances, Theta 8 has presented herself as a light to mankind, displaying her most common properties. However, in all these cases, the religion that is infiltrated becomes a front for her cult, while their more heretical, unethical, and outright nefarious practices are kept out of sight. In more modern times, cults of AF Theta 8 have been identified as the Church of the People of the Light, the Hallowed Brotherhood, and the Church of the People of the Light was founded in the around the aftermath of World War II and has now spread on a worldwide scale with followers from Canada to the Hallowed Brotherhood, on the other hand, was founded in the dictatorship of Wasakstan at the end of the Cold War and has spread throughout the Middle East. Description: anomalous force Theta 8 is best described as an unnatural occurrence of fire or combustion with supernatural properties. She can appear as either a solitary tongue of flame on the wick of a candle or a roaring, all-consuming fire. She can be a mysterious fire floating on a riverbank in a dark forest, or she can be a terrible fire destroying an entire city. Her most notable anomalous traits, though, are her strange coloration, which is white in all instances, regardless of fuel and/or temperature. Various shapes and images can be seen in the flame, such as disturbingly human-like faces, which have been proven to have a hypnotic and hallucinogenic effect on observers. This goes double for the strange odor of AF Theta 8, which is simultaneously aromatic as it is repulsive, with some commenting that she smells of both burnt human flesh and fresh roses. AF Theta 8 is known to possess people in order to make them serve her will. She does this by setting fire to the victim, making them extensions of her will. Survivors of the process often remark on the pain they experience during the possession, with their will being subjugated similar to the agony of being burned alive. While certainly dangerous, what truly makes AF Theta 8 a threat to humanity is her ability to amass cultists to her cause. This is due to her aforementioned ability to hypnotize onlookers and cause hallucinations. Couple this with the manipulation, blackmail, and doomsday narrative her members are known for, and you have yourself a rapidly growing problematic belief system. It is estimated that a good 10% to 15% of the world's population are now members of a cult centered on AF Theta 8. The modus operandi of AF Theta 8 has also been made easier among those of Abrahamic faith, since, being a living supernatural fire, it is superficially similar to the burning bush of Exodus that appeared to Moses, and when the Holy Spirit took the form of tongues of flame in the New Testament. For those with more modern beliefs, AF Theta 8 and her cultists disguise themselves as light workers and especially popular with narcissists. With AF Theta 8 being a living fire, this doesn't really come as a surprise. However, former cultists who have come to fully understand or at least realize the implications of their organization describe her as a blinding light rather than a guiding light. These ex-cult members often emphasize that AF Theta 8 is more like the misleading light of a St. Elmo's fire instead of the comforting light of a benign god. AF Theta 8 is often referred to using female pronouns due to its preferred avatars being female. This it does by slowly consuming their bodies in its flames. The result may appear as a woman on fire with bright white flames. In reality, though, unless the fire consuming the victim is extinguished, the latter is now just a puppet of the former. This is then referred to as an instance of AF Theta 8-1. AF Theta 8 makes sure to do this as slow as possible to ensure that it has a strong and useful host that will survive until its purpose is fulfilled. However, this brings about terrible physical pain to the host, as well as the mental trauma of having their minds subjugated by an inhuman entity. Countermeasures. While AF Theta 8 is noteworthy for having a massive international cult, she is not without some key weaknesses. Unlike most other anomalous forces, AF Theta 8 has the properties of an otherwise mundane fire. She can be extinguished through the same way as a normal fire, such as pouring water on her instances, lowering the surrounding temperature, or smothering her flames with something. The last tends to be risky though, as she is much more resilient and hotter than an ordinary flame. It is very possible that she will just burn through whatever she is being smothered with and kill the smotherer before she can be smothered. Like all other anomalous forces of the Theta cluster, she can be defeated or at least severely weakened by several much more abstract things. For instance, the fewer followers she has in a given area, the less powerful she is, and can usually just manifest as a weak and flickering candle flame. Another noteworthy weakness of AF Theta 8 is that of having additional light sources. Apparently, having another light that is brighter than her greatly weakens her power even more. This is why many of her followers disdain advanced technology, as even just the light from a cell phone screen is enough to reduce her influence. To combat the hypnotic and hallucinogenic effects of AF Theta 8, one can wear protective face covering that specifically modulates her light and her fumes. In this way, she can be safely approached and extinguished without becoming enthralled into serving her. The Specialized Severity Suits, or SSS, of the Anomalous Artifacts Agency works well in this regard, allowing agents to quickly and effectively neutralize any and all instances of AF Theta 8. Additional information. As it is with all anomalous forces, especially of the Theta cluster, other factions have also encountered AF Theta 8 on numerous occasions. That said, most recognize her for the danger that she is, and immediately set about neutralizing her instances as soon as possible. Alarmingly though, as discovered in information found in archives of Goshawk and Boa, AF Theta 8 has a steadily growing presence in the Middle East, South Asia, and as always though, despite the danger posed by AF Theta 8 to humanity and the world at large, the Global Protectorate has chosen to downplay or ignore her altogether. This has allowed numerous communities to suffer and perish in the flames of the said anomalous force. This is considerably strange, since one of the main concerns of the GP has been to regulate the influence of religion in communities throughout the world.